So here we are, friends, with another Honda project. This time I'm replacing the wishbones. One of these wishbones, if you know me in the past, got broken. Don't ask. These are the new ones. These are the new ones. They're not Honda, but they're new, and the bushings are new, and everything's new. I think the only problem I'll have is replacing this bushing here, because you gotta take out the thing itself, and then let me see. See that? There's two screws here. I'm making this because nobody did it on this 1.8 Spaceship Honda Civic. So 1, 2 screws there to release this, and then there's one screw here. Where's my finger? There to release that, and then one screw here to loosen it from the wheel hub. Now for this I have a extractor tool that you'll see in a bit, but my problem I think is gonna be changing this bushing right here. Where's my finger? Yeah, changing that bushing here, because I'll probably have to remove this metal bar here, see that one, to extract the bushing from it. Now hopefully that's not going to be the case, but fingers crossed. As usual, safety first. Got the wheel under there and an axle stand, but the car itself sits on these jack stands. Typical ratchet wrench. Check this out. You pull this, right, and then bang, more force. This is beautiful. So for these ones, 17 mil socket set. So the logical way would be to start with this thing here. You need to start with this here. So first remove the pin, and then remove this, and then this should drop down. If not, I'll show you. I have a tool to release this thingy from here. So that's how this pin looks. And then I think 17 mil ring span. It's a 19 mil actually. 19 mil. Alright, so now that that thing is loose, make sure you unloose it, but leave it there, because what we're gonna do, this is the tool that I was saying about. This tool goes in like that, you know? And the top part is going to push on the screw itself down. Quasi in position. I have to whack it a bit with a hammer here to push it a bit more. And when I'm ready, I'll put the screw in. Okay, so now that is in there. I'm putting the screw in. And I'm going to start tightening it until I can hear a pop. And then that should be it really. And there it is. Let's see. Pressing it. There was a big bang. Don't be scared. It's normal. When it pops out, it goes like bang. It's off. Everybody's happy. A bit of a tricky thing now, Honda. This is 17 mil, and that one, the far end, is 19 mil. Just so you know what wrenches you need here. On the inside, so there, that's 17 mil. You don't have to take this thing away, I think. Just open the 17 mil up, and it should come out, hopefully. So there it is. The screw is off. It's just a long screw. You pull it off. I don't think you have to take off this shield. I don't think so. So out with the old, in with the new. So this is the left side. let's inspect it. See that rubber cracked in there? That's not good. It's super soft, so yeah, it's broken to fuck, man. So I can bend it with my hands. So this is one of the culprits of the noise I kept getting in the car. Also, potentially this thing, you can't hear it, but I can kind of move it with my hand. Scared of is this bushing here, this one. This might be a bitch to take out, I don't know yet, but I'm too far in the job to come back, so wish me luck. That side there, it's got a little lid that's oriented like that. So to take that out, I had to break a screwdriver, but actually use a chisel, such as this one. Just put it in here, give it a couple of knocks, and it should come out. Now I'm gonna try and knock this out with a hammer, although I don't think that's gonna work. And if that doesn't work, I'll bring in the press. Now to remove the bushing, I'm gonna use this bush extractor with, on the intake side, so where the old bush is gonna go, it's the 64/54, whatever that means. So that, oh shit. You put this one on the receiving side, and then for the intake side, I have a 28mm socket because I didn't have a small presser in my set. So wish me luck. So because I'm using a socket and it doesn't have the correct indentation, I had to use another one of these bearings to have enough clearance and also to have enough bearing force so it can push on the right thing. So that's the indentation that the socket doesn't have, and that bearing is pressing on this kind of, so the bearing fits in here. The socket is flat, so that's why I've put this is too long, and that would touch the socket and defeat the purpose of the press. So I had to steal this bearing from this one and put it there. So far so good, it's going in, and I don't know if you can see, there's a gap there. Gap is my friend, so that means the little sucker is going out. There it is, sweet. So out with the old and with the new. Would have been a shame not to replace everything, since I've replaced the struts also, and the noise still didn't disappear. I was kind of disappointed. After replacing the shock absorbers, it was still noisy. Now it's got no excuse. No excuse. It's the reverse process of pressing it in there, pressing out of it there. So it should be straightforward. Now, because WD-40 and GT85 make the world go round, after you clean that spot there, spray some WD-40 in it and on this, and then it's gonna go in really easy. Now begin reassembly. For reassembly, the pusher thing is, the pusher cylinder is 4434, and for the intake side I'll use the same one that I used for pushing the old bush out, if it makes sense, because it's the same thing really. I'm not going to use this one, I'm going to use the same contraption again, the second bearing. See what I mean? The black shaft is too long, but if I put the second bearing in, it's just going to clear the black shaft, and then the bearing is going to just rotate on the base of the bushing. So here it is assembled, and then this works like a bearing, and my wrench is going to be in there. Everybody should be happy really. This is how it looks assembled. And now I'm gonna tighten it up. It should go in, no problem. And then I'll put the lid, so the lid bushing on there, and hopefully if there's nothing else, I'm just gonna put the wishbone back. So I've realized how I was pressing before. It was bad because I was pressing on the rubber part of the bushing. So instead I need to press on the actual bushing outer edge, you know. So I'm gonna use this 58-48 cylinder to press in. Also I can see from here that it was going on a wrong angle, and this is because this bar here, roll thingy, this bar doesn't let me have enough space to put my cylinder straight. So the receiving cylinder. I'm not sure how to solve this issue. Maybe with like a big washer or something. Alright. This is my final setup. So I'm pressing on that lip, and the big bearing is pressing on the other side. Now I know there will be a point where I will not be able to go in anymore, but then I can just put the big cylinder in, and that should be it. I needed to do this to start this flush, you know, to start this going in straight, because otherwise it would be going on an angle and then I would wreck it. So now all I have to do is tighten it until it goes in, and then replace this mechanism with this guy right here. This bushing will be going in straight anyway, so I'll have no problems. I didn't have to replace this because the first bearing you see has a giant hole. Probably that hole cleared the shaft of the bushing, so I'm happy. It's all the way in. Now I'm taking this out, putting the bushing lid in, and refitting the wishbone. This bushing lid there, I realized I have to do the same thing, so I'll have to push it in by its aluminum lip. So I'll have to take this off, put a bigger one in here, and then use this on the other side to press the lid in. Okay. I also had to use a third little jack stand to push this stupid arm out of the way. But make sure don't push it too much, because that's the drive shaft, is it? The drive shaft. So if you push it too much, it can go out of its bearing there. You don't want to push it too much out. So that is officially in there. Now I'll remove this, the press system, take down this jack, and refit my wishbone. I think this is the method. You connect this pin first and then those. I don't know why I think that, but I think this is gonna be easier, because you can just pull the wheel out if you wanna to align the screws there. Alright, so this is the control arm installed. Look how nice and shiny it is. Thanks to Dave for letting me use his garage. Thanks, Dave. Alright, now the pin needs to go in, and that's it for this side.